Okay, welcome back, everybody. This is part two of our Access training. It's called Responding to User Actions, and here are some of the things you're going to learn how to make an Access 2007 database, because we need to have a database for this next section. So I'm going to go through this is not really part of the programming side of things, but we are going to go through some database design, some principles behind that. So we're going to create an Access 2007 database. Some of y'all may be using lesser versions of Access or greater versions of Access, but I have Access 2007 right now, and that's what we're going to use. You could apply the same principles to any database you use. Whether it be, well, I want to stick with Access. Okay, and how to relate tables in an Access 2007 database. We're going to look at that. How to create an event procedure. How to add an event procedure to an Access form. How to respond to user actions programmatically, and how to perform specific tasks by using the do command object. So the do CMD object, and that's a keyword, an Access specific keyword. So pretty cool stuff. You're going to learn a whole lot, and stay tuned, and we're going to jump right into the design of the database. All right, so here I am. We're back again. Okay, everybody, we're back. Here, as you'll see, is this I open up Access, and I have all this stuff. So we're just going to create a blank database. Okay, so we're going to go and find the blank database, which is this blank database, and we're going to go ahead and save it. And I don't want to save it ACCDB because I want it usable for anybody who's using it, and that's Microsoft's newer format. I like the prior MDB format, so I'm going to go over here because I'm going to save it right here. Okay, so the file name, and then I'm going to click that, and this is going to be a bookstore database. So I'm going to call it bookstore, and what I did before by copying and pasting, I just copied the link. It's a little bit quicker, and then create. Oh man, I called it ACDB. So scratch that, please. Okay, if you do make a mistake and you do make an ACCDB and you really want an MDB, or you want to convert to a prior version, click up here on the Office button. Okay, manage, or I'm sorry, save as, and then a 2002 to 2003 database. And that gives me the MDB version, which I really want. So here I'm going to save it in my folder, and I'm going to call it bookstore.mdb. Okay, now we're cooking. All right, so in here I'm going to create a do table. So I click the create button, and I click on create, and I want a table. So I click on the button that says table. I want to go and do design view. So I'm going to call this table name. First of all, I'm going to call it, because it's going to have several tables, and I kind of go over the overview of what the tables are. We're looking at a category table. We're looking at a on hold table, a books table, a customers table, an orders table, a publisher table. So there's around 6 tables here. And so this one's going to be called TBL, and then we're going to call it category, because it's going to hold the individual categories. Okay, in this particular table, I have my first field. I'm going to call it category ID. So I'm going to prefix it with cat just because I like that prefix, being that it's the same name as the table. It helps me to remember when I relate these where it's coming from. So cat ID and cat category. You may have your own naming convention. Put a capital for the first letter of each word. Go for it. Okay, I like it this way. Now we have a field name, we have a data type. Okay, without going too deep into this, we have all these different data types. For those of you who wonder what I just did, you press the alternate key and you press the down arrow key. It's like going up here with the mouse and clicking on this little drop down box. Okay, press the alternate key and your down arrow key. And that's giving me an automatic number. And for the field, the first field, especially this is the primary key, I like it to be an odd number just because it'll increment it automatically. And text is my next field, and that's going to be text data type. And that's going to be down here at the bottom. And if you press F6 on your keyboard, you go directly to the field properties. It's going to be a field size of 255. That's a default value. It's a little bit higher than probably what a category is going to be, but Access 2007 defaults it to 255. I believe this is the same with 2010 on up. So I'm going to make this 50 just because I don't think it's going to be that much. And I'm not going to go through these different properties here because that's out of the scope of this class. Okay, for here, I want to go ahead and to cat date entered because I like to track when people enter things. I mean, it's kind of anal, but I like to know just for my use. And if people say, "Hey, who entered this category?" Well, it was entered on this date. So I like to know that the category was entered and what date it was. So I wanted to automatically fill in. So the default value is going to be, I'm going to go down here to the field properties area and the default value and type in now. Okay, that's going to be my, now is a function, it's a date and time function. And it gives me the current date and the current time. And that defaults into that field. Then I'm going to go up here to the save button, click on save. Okay, now notice that I went into data sheet view. Excuse me. And that's my date. Okay, and that's the category ID. I can go ahead and add a category here. I'm not going to do right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do this with the other tables, and then we'll return to the video. Thanks.